Hello movie lovers, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie titled, Barbie. Let's jump to the explanation. At the beginning of the film, we see two little girls playing with Barbie dolls. However, bam! Barbie appeared, and she is the boss lady. Barbie is capable of becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or even a politician. She has it all. So they take us to Barbie Land, a lovely pink utopia where all the Barbie dolls reside. What's more, guess what? There are these guys known as Kens, who are the lads of Barbie Land. But that's okay since everyone here is really self-assured. They all have great careers and are prosperous. The Kens simply hang out at the beach, relaxing and having fun with their Barbies. However, the Barbies might get caught up in their own celebrations and forget about the Kens. Now our main Barbie awakens in her fantasy world. She quickly showers, grabs some food, and gets ready. She's driving her nice automobile to the beach. Everything she had was a ruse, like a large toy set. Her vehicle, her home, her clothing, everything. Everyone is having a great time at the beach. Barbie, on the other hand, recognizes it's all a game. All the guys from Barbie Land were hanging around here, so there was this Ken who was really obsessed with Barbie. He began surfing in order to impress her. Everyone begins laughing at him, poor guy. Later that night, all the Barbies hit up a party together. They're all singing and dancing and having a great time. When morning arrives, Ken decides to reshoot his proposal to Barbie. However, she says, "No, I like you as a friend, man." They resume their partying, but Barbie isn't having it. She can't enjoy herself and appears to be on the verge of passing out. Life returns to normal the next morning, as Barbie goes about her daily routines. But every time she thinks about going out, she feels uncomfortable all over again. Something is wrong since I am unable to eat or leap. When the other Barbies discover her secret, they encourage her to meet with this strange elderly Barbie, who might have some answers. It turns out that strange Barbie's look is messed up because a youngster mistreated her in the real world. What's more, guess what? Barbieland and her residents are linked to the imaginations of real-world children. If children are sad or depressed, it is reflected in Barbie Land. Our main Barbie converses with the strange Barbie, who spills the beans on this mind connection thing. Barbie tells her how she is battling with a variety of issues as a result of the link between the two realms. That's a lot. The strange Barbie says, "Yo, if you want to fix all this stuff, you gotta go to the real world and make that girl who used to play with you happy." She's all about relieving children's tension, which gets regular Barbie excited. Now, our main Barbie's Ken sets a condition for all the Kens, stating he'll wow her and then slips into her car. However, when he appears out of nowhere on the road, ordinary Barbie panics. She never thought someone would be in her car and there's this crazy accident. They're in Toyland. Barbie advises Ken to leave, but he is stubborn, so she drags him away. They're now in the real world. People are mocking them, and Ken begins pestering Barbie. She becomes enraged and punches him. They've both been arrested on severe accusations. Barbie understands they need to alter their attire to get out of this issue because they are being mocked. They end up stealing clothing and being imprisoned again because they are broke. After all of that turmoil, Barbie finally focuses on her true objective. She needs to discover the girl to whom she is bonded. She closes her eyes and thinks hard. And bam, she remembers the girl who used to have a blast playing with Barbie dolls. She grew up, though, and became stressed about her academics and all of these adult obligations. She entirely forgot about Barbie, which is simply unacceptable. But then she discovers the real world, where individuals are forced to do things they don't want to do. Boy, does it make her emotional, as tears begin to pour. Meanwhile, Ken is walking around the city when he spots something. Out there, it's a man's world. Men are completely dominating and popular in that location. They have all the great jobs, go to the gym, and ride horses like they own the area. Even the majority of the country's presidents are men. Barbie's world, on the other hand, has a completely different atmosphere. Barbies rule the roost and make all the decisions. Barbie resolves to delve further into the world's emotions. She's also learned a lot from the virtual novels she's been reading. She's connected with this girl who's experiencing all of these emotions. So Barbie instructs Ken to visit the school where she previously attended. Meanwhile, there's this corporation behind the Barbie doll notion. And they are completely taken aback when they discover Barbie and Ken have arrived in their actual world. They recall the turmoil that occurred the previous time Barbie appeared, and they are quite stressed. But then there's Glory, the youngster who's obsessed with her bizarre Barbie drawings. She wishes to present them to a corporate employee, but he has already met the big boss. He storms into the CEO's office, blabbing about the arrival of Barbie and Ken. And the CEO says, "Get them to my office as soon as possible." Let's get them back to their planet as soon as possible. Barbie and Ken are at the girls' school in the meantime. Barbie is looking for a mind-linked companion, and Ken is having a great time because there are males everywhere, and they're all strong and doing their own thing. So our hero is feeling very unique on this new planet, which is nothing like Barbie land. He comes across some books about men's empowerment and is inspired by the progress that guys are making in this country. Meanwhile, Barbie finally meets the girl she's been communicating with, but things go awry when the girl's pals start laughing at her. Ken, being as crafty as he is, decides to let Barbie leave and return to Barbie's world. He wants to provide information about how guys rule the actual world. What a strategy, right? But wait, there's more drama to come. The youngster is picked up from school by her mother, who turns out to be the same lady that makes those strange Barbie drawings at the metal office. She becomes enthused after hearing the entire story and begins pursuing Barbie's automobile. It's as though she prefers Barbie to her own daughter. Eventually, they bring Barbie in front of the metal company's CEO. What's more, guess what? There isn't a single woman in charge of the show. It's only males. Isn't it really different from Barbie land? When they're ready to put her back in the Barbie box, our clever Barbie makes a break for it, pretending to use the restroom and fleeing. Everyone is looking for her, but she slips into a room where an elderly lady is relaxing. Things have just become more intriguing. It turns out that the person who came to hang out with Barbie was the one who came up with the notion of Barbie in the first place. The people who were following Barbie reappear, but the elderly woman saves the day with a clever strategy. She reveals a secret escape path to Barbie and then flees, leaving the pursuers behind. Glory arrives in her automobile like a boss, just as Barbie believes she's out of danger. Barbie climbs on without hesitation, and Glory rushes away, leaving the chasers in the dust. They had a heart-to-heart throughout their trip, and it comes out that Glory is the genuine owner of Barbie, not the girl with whom she was associated. Glory was obsessed with Barbies and carried one with her at all times. Her sad time sketches of Barbie had a significant impact on our Barbie back in the Barbie world. But wait a minute. Those nasty folks are pursuing them once more. So Barbie says to herself, hey, let's go to Barbie land. And Glory is all in, no holds barred. Bam! They're soon in Barbie's world, where Barbie and Glory are having a great time. Glory's kid is astounded to see her mother so happy since she has never seen her mother so happy before. But here's the catch. Everything has changed, and the Kens are now in charge. They've brainwashed all the Barbies and aim to control the world. Ken has taken over Barbie's home, including changing the name. It's a complete disaster. And, get this, the changes in Barbie land are having an effect on the actual world as well. People are going crazy over Ken, buying t-shirts, toys, and other merchandise. All the other Barbies are doing things for Ken and they're absolutely happy with it because of some strange enchantment. Barbie isn't having it, and she blames Glory for everything. She says, you made those drawings, and everything falls apart from there. Glory seeks to convey that change is a part of life and that we must accept it. Barbie, on the other hand, is not having it. She's on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Meanwhile, in the real world, all of the other Barbies are unhappy, and the girls aren't excited to play with them. Glory and her daughter decide to head back to their world, and as they start singing Surprise, the song switches to one of Ken's annoying tunes. Not cool. Then, out of nowhere, this boy Alan pops up. Not Ken. Both Glory and Barbie are scared silly, but luckily, this is a toy world, so no harm is done. Alan informs them that he is not a fan of Ken's antics and wishes to travel to the human realm to discover his actual worth. But wait. Some people try to stop them, and Alan gets into a fight. Glory understands she's making a mistake by leaving in the thick of all of this. She cannot allow this to happen to Barbies as a result of her. What's more, guess what? There are 4 Barbies in Barbie land that are still free of Ken's influence, and they're all thinking, okay, we've got to do something about this issue. It's time for some spectacular Barbie insurrection. During all of this, Glory appears and delivers some truth bombs on everyone. Meanwhile, we'll deceive the Kens and beat them to the polls. Isn't that a good plan? So they all start working. First, President Barbie is brought in to remind her of her origins and who she has become. Then they plot to outwit the Kens by causing distractions and commotion, forcing them to fight each other while sneaking off to the assembly early. Main Barbie approaches Ken, who created all the fuss, and she says, hey, let's be buddies. So they all hang around and have a lovely time until, boom. The Barbies shift gears and go to the other Kens. Bring on the envy and drama. By the way, this was all part of the plan. When the Kens recall it's election day the next morning, they hurry to the assembly, only to discover that all of the posts have already been filled by the Barbies. The Barbies turned their house into a paradise and showed the Kens who was boss. The Kens are taken aback. The real Ken becomes upset and starts fighting with our Barbie, but he ultimately breaks down in tears. That's when Barbie walks in like a boss and apologizes for everything. She says, "Dude, you don't have to control us in order to be valued." Ken also apologizes. Everyone begins to make up, recognizing that the Kens are more than simply Barbie's sidekicks. They have their own identities and ought to be respected. Barbie, keep clear from the human realm. They then plan to cut Barbie's world off from the human one. Barbie doesn't speak much, but she's all, "Go, Barbie." She thinks it's nice that she can make her own decisions. But here's the catch. Before Barbie can say anything, this wise elderly lady from the real world appears and imparts some severe wisdom to her. She leads Barbie on a voyage of self-discovery, forcing her to consider many issues. Barbie informs the elderly lady that she may live a normal life if she so desires. She, like any other individual, is capable of being a mother. Barbie's mind is racing with thoughts and ideas as they converse. But, in the end, she has the ability to select what she desires for herself. And guess what? She thinks she's had enough of doll life. Instead, she wishes to be a regular human being. Everyone approves of her decision, and guess what? All of the Kens and Barbies get to see the human world as well. So Barbie is overjoyed on her first day in the human world, and everyone is rooting for her. She heads to the hospital, and we figure out that she dreams of being a mom like any regular girl. Now she's starting her new normal life. This beautiful movie ends here. If you like videos, please subscribe to our channel.